Welcome back to the part 2 of Anita and Daniel's journey. It is wonderful to have you with us today as we continue to explore their story further.
In life, never look down on anyone, because the person you ignore today may become someone you can never reach tomorrow. This is a continuation of the story of love, sacrifice, and painful regret. If you have not watched part 1 of this series, I will add the link at the description of this video. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe now so you won't miss out of all our interesting stories like this. Now, let's dive into it. As Anita fly back to Canada, heart was shattered, full of pain and regret of her past experience, her past mistake, and a deep thought of how to reconnect with her past love. Anita stared at her phone, her hands shaking. Governor Daniel Adeyemi. The same Daniel she once blocked. The same man she once called a burden. Now, he was a man she could never reach again. And for the first time in her life, money, beauty, and success meant nothing. Because the one person who truly loved her was gone. That night in Canada was unusually quiet. Snow covered the streets. But inside Anita's heart, there was a storm. She sat on her bed, scrolling through Daniel's pictures again and again. Him in a suit, him speaking to crowds, him smiling like a man who had conquered life. Tears rolled down her face. "I left this man," she whispered. Her mind went back to that day, the day she blocked him. No explanation, no warning, just pride and bad advice. She could still hear his voice like an echo. "Anita, what did I do wrong?" She remembered how she ignored the calls, how she felt justified at that time. "He complains too much. He's becoming a burden." Now those words hunted her. "I didn't even give him a chance," she cried. She picked up her phone and called her friend. "I want to talk to him," Anita said. There was silence on the other side. "Anita, he's married." That sentence hit her like thunder. Married, it was over, but her heart refused to accept it. "I just want to see him, even if it's the last time." Few days later, Anita landed in Lagos, the same country she once left behind. But this time, she wasn't returning as the confident rich girl. She was coming back, broken, full of regret, full of what if. The gate opened slowly. Security men saluted as her car drove in. Everything looked powerful, organized, important. This is his world now, she thought. Inside the office, Daniel sat behind a large desk, calm, focused, different. Not the poor boy she once knew. When Anita entered, time stood still. Their eyes met. Years of memories, pain, love, silence, all rushed in at once. "Daniel," she said softly. He looked at her. "Anita, it's been a long time." His voice was calm, too calm. No anger, no excitement, just distance. Anita couldn't hold it anymore. "I'm sorry." Her voice broke. "For everything. For leaving. For blocking you. For thinking you were nothing." Tears streamed down her face. "I made the biggest mistake of my life." Daniel looked at her quietly. Then he spoke. "You didn't just leave. You disappeared when I needed you the most." Every word hit hard. "I was struggling. I was broken. I had nobody." He paused. Anita stepped closer. "I still love you." Silence filled the room. Heavy, uncomfortable silence. Daniel took a deep breath. Anita, I'm married. Her heart dropped instantly. Someone stayed when you left. That was it. That one sentence destroyed every hope she had. Just then, the door opened. A beautiful, calm woman walked in. Elegant, confident. Daniel turned slightly. This is my wife. Anita forced a weak smile. Hello. But deep inside, she knew that position could have been hers. Outside the office, Anita turned back one last time. I wish I made a different choice. Daniel nodded slightly. Life is about choices. Then he added softly, Take care of yourself, Anita. No anger, no hatred, just closure. Inside her car, she understood something money could never fix. Back inside, Daniel's wife looked at him. Are you okay? He smiled. The past came visiting. And, she asked, just growth. I can't change the past, she said, but I can change my future. Life is unpredictable. The person you ignore today may become someone you pray to meet tomorrow. Value people when they are with you. Because when they are gone, you may never get them back. Power is sweet. But what many people don't know is this. Sometimes the same hand that lifts you up is the same hand that can bring you down. Governor Daniel Adeyemi had everything. Power, respect, a good wife, a strong name. But buried deep in his past was a secret that could destroy it all. And this time, love wouldn't save him. It was a calm morning at the government house. The sun shined gently through the tall windows of Daniel's office. Files were neatly arranged. Security men stood alert outside. Everything looked perfect. Daniel leaned back in his chair, reviewing documents. For the first time in years, he felt at peace. His wife walked in, smiling. You look relaxed today, she said. Daniel smiled back. For the first time, nothing is chasing me. But life has a way of interrupting peace. His phone rang. Unknown number. Daniel picked up. Hello? A deep voice responded calmly. Governor Daniel, you've done well. Daniel frowned. Who is this? The voice chuckled softly. Someone who knows your past. Silence. Daniel sat upright. What are you talking about? The voice became cold. Enjoy your position while it lasts. The call ended. Daniel stared at his phone, for the first time in a long while. Fear returned. He stood up and walked slowly to the window. His mind began to race. The years of struggle, his time as a personal assistant, his loyalty to the former governor, and the things he never questioned. What past? He whispered to himself. But deep down, he knew. Far away, Anita sat in her office abroad, but she was no longer the same woman. Life had humbled her. She had built her own success. Her thinking had changed. Then she heard something. A conversation, a hidden truth. Something about Daniel. Something dangerous. Days later, she was back in Nigeria, but not for love this time, for truth. Anita met an old university friend. They sat quietly in a corner. Anita, there's something you don't know, her friend said. Anita leaned forward. What is it? Her friend hesitated. Daniel didn't just rise like that. Anita frowned. What do you mean? The friend lowered her voice. That doctor, the former governor, he didn't just help Daniel. He used him. Anita's heart started beating fast. Used him how? There were deals, hidden money, illegal approvals. Documents were signed. And Daniel was involved. Anita shook her head. No, Daniel wouldn't do that. Her friend looked straight into her eyes. He didn't know everything at the time, but his name is there. And now, those documents are back. Back at the government house. The phone rang again. Daniel didn't hesitate this time. I know it's you. What do you want? The voice replied calmly. Good. Now you're ready to listen. Daniel's jaw tightened. What do you want? Simple. Cooperate with us, or we release everything. Daniel's heart pounded. Everything. Yes. Your rise. Your signatures. Your connection. Your downfall. Daniel dropped the phone. His hands were shaking. Everything he had built, everything he had become, was about to collapse. Anita walked into the government house. This time it wasn't emotional. It was urgent. Daniel, you're in danger. Daniel looked shocked. How do you know? Anita stepped closer. Because your past is coming for you. Daniel turned away. I worked hard for everything I have. Anita nodded. I know. But not everything was clean. Silence filled the room. Daniel closed his eyes. For the first time, he faced the truth. That night, Daniel sat alone in darkness. No security, no power, just him. He remembered everything. His struggles, his rise, the loyalty he gave, but also the things he ignored, the documents he signed, the questions he never asked. Did I trade my future for success? He whispered. His wife walked in quietly. She saw the pain on his face. Daniel, what's wrong? He looked at her. My past is about to destroy everything. She sat beside him. Then face it. The next day, Anita stood in front of him. You have two choices, she said. Daniel looked at her. What? Tell the truth. Or live in fear forever. A press conference was called. The whole country watched, cameras flashing, journalists shouting. Daniel stepped forward. Silence fell. He took a deep breath. Today, I will say something nobody expects. People leaned in. My journey to power was not completely clean. Gasps filled the room. What? Is he confessing? Corruption? The media exploded. But Daniel stood firm. Yes, mistakes were made. But today, I choose truth over power. The country was divided. Some people praised him. Some people condemned him. Enemies rose, allies disappeared. But one thing was clear. Daniel was free. Outside, Anita stood quietly. You chose the hardest path, she said. Daniel nodded. It's the only way I can live in peace. Their eyes met. No love, no regret, just understanding. In life, power can give you everything. But truth gives you peace. Sometimes, you have to lose everything to finally become who you were meant to be. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to subscribe for more interesting stories.
Thanks for being here with us. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting stories like this. See you in the next series, so stay tuned for updates.